Hi, this is Christian Mickelsen, #1 best-selling author, and today I want to talk to you about fear. And fear is one of the things that makes the biggest impact on our lives. It keeps us from doing so many things that we might otherwise want to do. Might keep you from, asking out somebody you want to go on a date with. Could keep you from starting a business. Could keep you from asking for a raise or a promotion or really going for it in our lives. And so we've got to really understand, what is this fear thing, and what are we really afraid of? And I started thinking about one of my fears recently. Years ago, I was like, I was going to do this presentation, and I was really nervous, and I was like, what am I afraid of? What am I so afraid of? Why? What's the worst thing that could happen? One of the things you might ask yourself is, worst case scenario, what's the worst thing that could happen with this fear? And I realized that I started looking at this one. I started looking at other fears. I had money fears. In fact, I was at a place in my life where I had more money in the bank than I'd ever had, and I was still worrying about money. I was trying to figure out, what am I really afraid of? And honestly, I couldn't really figure it out. My worst case scenario didn't even seem that scary, but yet there was some fear going on that was driving, and I couldn't really put my finger on it. And that's when I realized that all of our fears are fears of feelings. Everything we're afraid of, we're not afraid of the thing happening. We're afraid of how we would feel if that thing were to happen. So, let's say public speaking. I wasn't afraid to actually get up and stand on a stage and talk in front of people. It was like, oh my gosh, what if they don't like it? I might feel rejected, or I might feel, if I screw up, I might feel embarrassed or humiliated or something. And those are all emotions. And I realized I'm only afraid of my feelings, right? No bad consequences. I wasn't going to die up there, right? I wasn't going to be attacked or killed, or my life was not in jeopardy, right? I wasn't jumping off a building or anything. And the same thing about my money fears. I was like, oh, what's the worst case scenario if all my money goes away? I'm like, well, I end up homeless. Would I really be homeless? Maybe I could, be crashing on some friends' couches or something. But what am I really afraid of? And I realized that I was afraid of the shame I would feel if I didn't have any money, or lost my house, or those sorts of things. So all of our fears really come down to fears of feelings. And when you know that, then it can be really empowering. But there's the difference between knowing it intellectually and knowing it in here, right? So you might even be aware. It's a great awareness now. But now you need to know what to do about it. So I have another video, another training on some great techniques, an amazing body of work to help people work through their stuff, work through their fears. One of these techniques is called the peace process, and I recently shot a video on that. So I would recommend looking for that, and that can help you resolve your fears. But for now, just thinking about whatever it is that you want to do that you're not doing right now, just notice, if you were to do it, how would it make you feel? And here's even the crazier part, is that sometimes when we think about the things that we want, even if we were to just get it quickly and easily, like winning the lottery, or, getting on TV and becoming rich and famous, or something great happening, sometimes even that is scary. Having the good stuff come to us can make us feel afraid. So we really need to master fear. And again, we've got some great videos, great resources to help you do that. But right now, I just want you to have this awareness that all of our fears are fears of feelings. And what that really comes down to, and really what I think what's so reassuring about that, is that, if you just go ahead and do it, feel the fear and do it anyway, which it's sometimes is easy to do if your fear is at a level 2, 3, or 4, and can be really tough to do if your fear is at a level 8, 9, or 10. There are really no bad consequences. It's just things that'll push your buttons and make you feel certain feelings. And even the worst things that could happen, we can get to peace about. I haven't seen any situation that any of my clients, students over the years have faced that they haven't then been able to find peace about. And that's really powerful and reassuring too. So remember, all of our fears are fears of feelings, and you are infinitely powerful, and you can overcome these fears, and you can succeed in spite of these fears. Remember, you are infinitely powerful.